All right, cool story about Frankie Bones. This was probably my second major gig with Phoenix Management in Pittsburgh, PA. It was at a place right in the heart of downtown, right around the corner from the Stanley Theater, the Benedum Center. I think where this venue was, I can't remember if it was technically a part of Kappa, the music school, or not. But I remember some kind of chatter about that. But anyways, that the venue was associated with Kappa. But anyways, Judd, the guy who owned Phoenix Management, booked Frankie Bones. He was sort of our big headliner. And I was to go on right after Frankie. And I was very green at this time, very, very green. So, it's about 10 minutes until I go on. So I get in the DJ booth, and the booth was more so, it was a really cool venue. So when I say this, it's not to demean it, because it was actually one of the coolest venues I've ever played. The DJ booth really there was pretty much just a bunch of long tables that were set up. And obviously in the middle there were 2 turntables and a mixer, but off to the side there was sound gear, just to make sure the sound system was running right. Big mixing board where the sound from the mixer went out to and into that mixing board, and probably a limiter and all that. But anyways, so I'm standing there. I've got my headphones out and probably have my box of records open, gone through it, tilted like how we used to do with the turntable, with the record box. Tilted the records that I was going to start with, couple of replacements as well. So probably 2 to 5 records were tilted sideways, so I could bookmark them and know where they were. Watching Frankie, waiting for him to wrap up. And it was the coolest thing ever. Frankie leans over to me in his thick New York accent. I think he's from New York. And he said, "I warmed him up for you." And I just started laughing. And I just thought that was so cool, because Frankie is such a veteran in the scene in general, but especially in the New York, New Jersey. A lot of people kind of forget about Pennsylvania, but I mean, we especially in Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh basically, and sort of into Eastern Ohio, Cleveland, we were kind of in the crease right where New York and Chicago kind of melted together. So Frankie was a big deal, and for him to say that to me was just cool. It loosened me up, and quite frankly, it was cute. It was cute for this legend of techno, this veteran, to say to this young kid who's got candy bracelets on up to his elbows, to say, "I warmed him up for you." And I'll never forget that. That was the coolest thing. And it was fine, his last record, I think he faded it out, and kind of just gave everybody a minute to cheer him on, and I think I shook his hand and hugged him, and made sure my channel on the mixer was up, and I went into my first record, and went from techno to happy hardcore. But it's just cool. Like, I always flock towards people that didn't judge too much. He could have very easily been a techno snob and not paid any attention to me, but he really, as sort of the older adult and the veteran and the legend, I don't want to even say he took the high road. It was just he took a nice, normal road of just acknowledging me as a younger DJ. And I know that may sound weird to some people who are not maybe as experienced in the scene or the DJ politics of it, but it's very easy to look at someone younger and be like, this is just some dumb candy kid, and pass it off as that. And he didn't do that, and I always respected him for that, and I thought that was really cool.